So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. We have a real fully packed agenda for you, so I'll make this introduction very brief and short. But may I please, first of all, introduce my co-host to you, Patrizia Fioretti, and myself. We are jointly responsible for leading the IGEL channel across the EMEA region. Hi, Patrizia.
Hi, Lee. Good to have you.
Lovely to be here. The presentations today are in English. I hope that's okay for all our attendees. We thought it was probably the best language, given we have a very mixed audience across the whole EMEA region. And we have some very senior guests on the panel today joining us for some very interesting presentations. I will introduce them as each of their presentations come up, and very briefly when we move to the agenda. So next slide, please.
Yeah.
So this is the first of our channel guidance webinars in EMEA. We hope to run these webinars every quarter for you. So this is a new format. We hope it will be interesting and valuable to all of you. And the real purpose is to keep you, our channel partners, updated with all the IGEL sales and marketing programs that are running, and all the resources that we have within IGEL to help our partners grow their business successfully with IGEL. Please feel free to ask questions at the very end today, but please reserve your questions for the end, because as I say, we have a very full agenda and I don't want to interrupt the flow. Please use all the material that you find here in this presentation today. There is nothing to be disclosed that's under NDA, so feel free to use this all this information within your organizations and to your colleagues and peers that were unable to join us today. So let me move very quickly to the agenda. So kicking off is myself and Patrizia. I'm going to very briefly cover the channel team structure, the organization chart of all the channel resources that are available to you within the EMEA theatre. And then Patrizia is going to take you through some details of our partner portal, the IGEL Velocity Launchpad, also our latest partner agreement, the dual registration process, and our IGEL licensing portal. Then we move on to a very important topic, I know, for all of our channel partners, and that is our online learning management system, the IGEL Academy. And the leader of the Academy, Ed Webster, is going to take you through some of the new programs and new training courses that we've recently launched and intend to launch in the near future. Then we move on to some new programs and initiatives, and I'm delighted to welcome Andy Tynes. Andy Tynes is our VP of Global Customer Retention and Onboarding. He's going to take you through our renewals programs, our trade-up programs, and some of the onboarding and reboarding initiatives, which are very important for any new customers that you're bringing on board, and to retrain and re-educate some existing customers as well. We'll then have a brief update on a very exciting marketing campaign that we are due to launch. So you'll get a sneak peek from Fabian, our Senior Marketing Director for Europe, in association with Citrix. And then we'll close with a presentation by Simon Cleffin, who's our Vice President of Global Business Development and Alliances. And he will give a very important update on the very strategic alliances we have with many partners in our ecosystem. So that's a very packed agenda, which we need to get through in the next 40 minutes. So I will pass straight over to Patrizia to take you through some of the operational processes behind IGEL. Thank you.
Lee, I think this is still your part.
It still is. I was rushing so much. I was ahead of myself.
Yes, you are.
So welcome to the global channel team. So I think for many of you, this will be the first time that you've probably seen this slide. And for those of you that are familiar with some of the people working inside our channel, you may not be aware how large the channel team has grown over the last 12 months under the leadership of our global channel chief, Balaji Subramanian, who is based in the US, but runs global channels from there. He has 4 very important reports. Phil Eden, who is responsible for the channel in North America, and then 3 direct reports who are all reporting and working into the EMEA theatre. Patrizia on the left, who's responsible for running a team of channel sales managers who are looking after our partners, managing our partners, helping them develop their business right across the EMEA theatre. James Shaw, who has a specific responsibility for systems integrators, both regional and global, and then myself, and I'm responsible for a team of business development managers whose primary task is really to work in the marketplace, developing and helping recruit, train, enable, certify, and onboard new partners into the IGEL Velocity program. I won't go through each of the reports. There you can see all their pictures. Some of these pictures, I have to say, are a little bit outdated. But they comprise not only the channel managers, but also as part of the expanded channel team, we have people working in channel operations, in channel pre-sales, and in channel marketing. They are part of the collective extended channel team. So it really is quite a sizable organization, and we have one purpose in life, and that's to make our channel partners more successful with IGEL. So please reach out to your local contacts if you need any help from any of us at all, or you need to escalate any issues or any programs to Patrizia or myself, or indeed to James Shaw. Please feel very free to do so. Thank you. And now I have covered the channel.
You have covered, Lee.
And now I can pass over to Patrizia.
Yes, thank you very much. And here we go. It's also a warm welcome from my side. Happy to have you all on that call, and a special thank you also to those who are contributing today to make this call even more informative and useful for our partners. Quickly, let's have a look at our IGEL Velocity Launchpad, the IGEL Partner Portal. Most of you should already have at least seen it, if not already have an account created in that portal. If not, please reach out to your local channel contact. We are happy to assist you to get your account up and running in the system. The vast majority of our partners, though, on a global scale, I would say, are already using the IGEL Velocity Launchpad to mainly, at least for the time being, are registering. Thank you for that. This business is highly appreciated, of course. There is something new since, and now this is the right one. In the portal, you may have seen it that since May 1st, we kindly ask all our existing partners as well as our new partners to agree to our terms and conditions. Here you see this as a partner reseller agreement. It's a click-through agreement. It's a quite easy to understand and digest agreement. We kept it as simple as possible. It is also, you can download it and have a more closer look to it. So far, also here, most of our partners did already accepted the new terms and conditions. With that said, the way is open and free to register the deals in our partner portal. I wanted to quickly also dive into not the entire deal registration process, but would like to attract your attention to something that's quite important for us. It is the way we are differentiating deals. We have two deal types we are looking at. One, you already see it here, are deals that we refer as to partner sourced. These are net new deals that you, the partner, brings to IGEL. Besides that, we have deals we refer as IGEL sourced. These are, of course, deals that have been brought or identified by IGEL. But we would like you to encourage also to have these deals registered in our portal, since it will give both of us a higher visibility on the business we are about, hopefully, to close. And also because there is a second step attached to that type of deal registrations. It's not just that we are looking at where is the deal coming from our partners or from IGEL, but the next step is to identify or define the sales motion behind that deal. Is it a deal that's purely led by the partner? So the partner is looking at the entire sales cycle from the very beginning to the end? Is it a deal that is we call it co-sell, where the partner actively in joint corporation which is bringing that project over the finish line? Is it a deal that's influenced, so partners who have a status like a trusted advisor and are very strong in influencing the deal but do not want to take the paper? And the fourth type of sales motion we know is the one we call fulfill. This is truly when the end customer is requiring or requesting that specific partner to take the paper. Moving on to my next topic, or to our next topic, it's all around the IGEL license portal, the ILP, a very important portal we are providing to our customers. And the reason we picked it for today's webinar is there is something behind that that's very important to know for our partners. And let me start with things that you may have encountered past during weeks and months. Most frequently asked questions like, when do the customers' license expire? Who can give us information when licenses will expire? Can the distribution help us in identifying these details? Do the customer have to pay a fee if not renewed on time, and so on? So it's all around the expiration date of licenses and getting the knowledge of when this is going to happen and to support accordingly. So how to best approach this challenge, how to best overcome it? It's quite easy. Let us commonly close that knowledge gap. It's a quite easy task to do, and let me show you how this works. The very simple solution to that challenge is that you, the partner, have to become part of the customer ILP. And let me show you how this works. The customer logs into the ILP, clicks on his or her email address, chooses the manage company, then adds you, the partner, to the customer ILP account with the special user role service provider. And here you can see how this is then going to look like. Once that has been accomplished, you, the partner, will also receive notification on expiration in 90, 60, 30 days before expiration date. For more information, please go to the website you see here. And with that said, later we will provide you, of course, with the presentation, so you will have the ability to check every bit we were telling you today. With that said, I'm done with my part. Hopefully it was informative, and back to Lee.
Thank you very much, Patricia. That was indeed very informative. Now straight on to our IGEL Academy leader, Ed Webster, who's going to take you through some of the new education courses that we have available or are planned to be upcoming in the next few months. Ed, over to you, sir.
Very good, thank you. So IGEL Academy, you probably have heard of IGEL Academy. It all falls under the category of IGEL Education. This is our LMS, or Learning Management portal, and that is something that we're developing for the last 2 years or so at this point, and it's grown quite a bit. So if we go to the next slide here, you'll see some stats on just how much we've been growing and what kind of activity we've had on the platform. As you can see, we have about anywhere between 400 and 600 unique individuals on the platform per month. You can see the activity is kind of trending higher towards the as the year goes on. That tends to happen. We see some ups and downs, but that's pretty interesting, seeing how many people are actually on there and using the platform. If you go to the next slide, you'll see what our registrations look like. And of course, some of these, I'm sure, are out of date now in terms of the older folks who registered years ago and maybe not using it anymore. But for the most part, it's a pretty good number. It's nearly 5,000 people have been registered into IGEL Academy. And you can see that every month we grow in our registrations. So it's been a constant positive growth on our registrations. Let's go to the next one. Now, the actual courses that are being taken, you'll see here that we have now over 1,500 people who have passed our basic technical exam, which is the ICP, or IGEL Certified Professional. Taken the course, passed the exam. That's a huge number. Really proud to see we're seeing a lot of that. I can tell you that that last slide I kind of missed this, but the you might notice that the partner number of the total registrations is actually higher than the customer number. So we're getting great response from our partners in being certified. Now we see the sales professional course. Again, look at the numbers there. This is a much younger course, but still we're seeing people who passed the exam. 880 is the number there. Now our premium, now if you've heard something about this, we have a premium offering. The premium offering allows you to have the IGEL Certified Engineer course. This is technical path, and it has a bunch of ice packs, a couple ice packs that are in there, and I'll be talking about our next course in just a minute. You can see that we've gotten great responses there too. We've got about 130 people who've completed the course and 163 people who have passed the exam, and quite a few who have taken the ice packs as well. So we're seeing really good response there. Let's go to the next one here. So as I mentioned, there are two tracks that we're promoting here. One is a technical track, and the other is a sales-oriented track. Depending on what your role is in the company, you may not really need any deep technical information. You may just need to know about making the sale. Like, how do I sell this product? Well, currently we have the IGEL Certified Sales Professional course. That course is a little long in the tooth now. It actually is a bit out of date. So it's still good, but it's missing some key information. Some of the information is a little bit old. We are revamping that course right now. So you're going to see a new version of the ICSP that's going to be coming out very soon. Now, along with that, we're also going to release a new beginning course called the IGEL Academy Foundations course. This course is going to be for everyone. Anybody who's going technical or sales will start with the Foundations course. It'll give you all the basics that you need to know about IGEL before you go on to whatever track that you're looking for. On the technical track, you can see that we've got several different items in that list. So let's go to the next one, and I'll show you a little bit more about what's in the technical track. So here you see that we start out with the IGEL Certified Professional. This is our beginner course. This is free to everyone. We give this one to everyone for free. And we've gotten, like I said, a great response on that. Now, when we hit IGEL Academy Premium, that's where we get to the IGEL Certified Engineer course, which, by the way, is very robust. It has a whole set of labs that you go through and do real live exercises on real labs through the course. It's very comprehensive. Now, what I'm proud to announce is that we're going to be releasing our IGEL Certified Architect course on June 1st. So with just a few days away, we're going to have this new course released. This is a course that is a little bit more focused on theory and idea of how to sculpt a IGEL environment, especially when you're going to be in a larger or more complex environment. Talks about the load balancing and high availability capabilities, troubleshooting, and of course, some deep dives into some really key parts of the product. So, and of course, in the future, we've also got planned an expert level course, which is going to be a very elite course. So we'll get to that at some point. If we go to the next one here. This is our ice packs. We have right now 2 ice packs that are specialized for specific areas of the IGEL product. the IGEL Cloud Gateway, or ICG, and the other one is Custom Partition Fundamentals. Also part of the premium subscription, just all included. That's one of the nice things about the subscription, is that everything is included with that. You can go to the next one. Just a quick show of what our current state is here. As you can see, the way that we've been doing it, we've had the IGEL Certified Professional and the Sales Professional kind of at the same level, and then you hit the paywall where we go on to the premium for Certified Engineer, Architect, and Expert. If we go to the next slide, you're going to see that we're kind of changing that up. As I mentioned earlier, we have the fundamental course, which is going to be called Foundations. Then we'll get into a technical first tier course and a certified sales professional level course. Now we're looking at potentially changing up our IGEL certified professional course and also splitting that into two courses. A more general technical course that kind of focuses on help desk folks and that level of knowledge, and then the technical professional goes on to administrators and the higher level. You can go to the next. We also have some plans for these special showcase series courses. We're working on our first one right now, which is Mastering Printing with IGEL. And the idea here is for us to showcase some of our IGEL Ready partners and what they can offer. So we're working on those as well. So there's some future courses that you'll see. And that is pretty much it in terms of the how things are going with IGEL Academy and where we're moving towards. I hope that was informative. And of course, if you have any questions, make sure you put those in the chat.
Thank you very much, Ed. Indeed, it was informative. Just to reinforce what Ed was saying there, the IGEL Academy premium subscription, I like to think of as the gift that keeps on giving, because as Ed already mentioned, as we add new courses to the Academy, they become immediately available free of charge to anybody that has an Academy premium subscription. And just so that all our partners listening today are aware, not only can you sell IGEL Academy premium subscriptions to your customers and make good margin, but you are also available to purchase a premium subscription for yourselves, for your own self-learning, and that's available at 50% of the price that the customer would normally pay. So I would absolutely encourage you to take up one or maybe two or three Academy premium subscriptions yourself. Thanks very much, Ed. Appreciate it. Straight on to Andy, our Global VP of Customer Retention and Onboarding, who's going to give you a brief update. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Lee. Lisa, we can go ahead and go on to the next slide, please. So I've got a number of things I want to chat with you about today. We'll start with a new policy that we have coming that will go into effect July 1st, the beginning of Q3. And that's a reinstatement fee, a renewals reinstatement fee that's going in place. And you can all read here, but I'll go ahead and cover the highlights. The message is that if a customer's maintenance, and this is specific to Workspace Edition or UDC3, for perpetual licenses, if those lapse and they later wish to reactivate that maintenance, they must pay scheduled maintenance due plus a 25% reinstatement fee. And that maintenance period is going to backdate to the expiration date of the affected product packed. Now, these reinstatement fees don't apply to any subscriptions. Subscriptions essentially, they'll just stop working right when when the subscription ends. So this only applies to maintenance associated with perpetual licenses. And I'll walk you through an example. Next slide, please. So here's an example. Let's say a customer has 100 licenses and it expired January 1st, beginning of the year. We hear from the customer in April that they've decided, hey, maybe I do need to renew those licenses. So, and in this example, we'll say that that renewal fee is 20 euros, just as an example. So it would be 100 licenses times that 1-year maintenance renewal fee of 20 euros. And then 25%, which would be 5 euros in this example, times 100, for that reinstatement fee for that 1-year renewal. So that together, those would add up to $2,500. And that new expiration date would be January 1st, 2022, because again, it backdates to when that product pack expired. So just hopefully that helps give you a clear example of what this would look like. Next slide, please. So why are we doing this? So the objective really is to just create a compelling event around a customer's renewal expiration date. This will in effect reduce churn for all of us. The other objective is to align really with industry standards, because this is pretty common across the technology landscape. It's not really designed to create a new revenue stream for IGEL. We'll waive the fee if the customer has a legitimate reason for being late. So let's, for example, let's say we hear from a customer and they say, hey, that the buyer that has to sign off on this budget, they're on holiday for another couple of weeks. Is it okay for a couple of weeks? Well, certainly we'll waive that fee, right? Or let's say they have budget that's not going to be available for a month. If we're in communication with that customer and they're making us aware that they plan to renew, they just can't get their hands on the funds right away, we'll work with them to waive that fee. You know, where it might come into play though is a customer that we don't hear from them for 4 or 5 months, all of a sudden they raise their hand and they say, hey, we want to renew now. Well, that's when the reinstatement fee would come into play. And if you need any help, feel free to connect with a member of my team, a renewal specialist. They can assist with proposals, messaging, answer any questions that customer might have. Next slide, please. And you heard Patricia talk earlier about the IGEL license portal. So this message will be added. It's already been added actually to the license portal. She mentioned that customers start getting messages, automated messages from that ILP 90 days in advance, letting them know that their renewal is due. And so we've added this language to that, those automated messages, telling the customer that beginning July 21st, if it expires and you want to upgrade, you need to backdate the maintenance and pay a reinstatement fee. So we're going to do our best to make sure customers are aware of this change in policy. Members of my team will also have this reinstatement messaging attached to their signature blocks. Next slide, please. All right, let's go on to onboarding services. Some of you may be aware of this service that we provide, others may not. Just so you're aware, whenever we have a new customer, we encourage that customer, our sales organization, we'd like our partner organization to help as well, to encourage that customer to sign up or reach out to us, and we'll put together an onboarding session for them. What we do during this session is essentially we're going to help them create accounts for the license portal, other IGEL systems. We'll give them an overview on all the content and services that IGEL provides. You heard about some of those things from Ed from an academy and training standpoint. That's just one example. So we'll walk them through all the different services that we provide that's available to them to help them be successful with IGEL. And we find that most new customers really gain a lot of value from this, because it helps them understand, well, where do I go when I need, where's the IGEL license or a knowledge base, for example, or where can I go to find instructional videos? Because we have so many of those. So that's what that onboarding service is designed to do. Next slide, please. Now, we'll do a reboarding session too. I think Patricia spoke about this, or Lee may have earlier, because we do have lots of new content and services available to our customers and to our partners throughout the channel organization. We're happy to do these, what we'll call a reboarding session, for someone that maybe has been around a while and isn't aware of some of the different content services that we offer. An existing customer, we'd love to arrange a session with them. In less than 45 minutes, we can bring them up to speed on all the services, all the content that we provide to help them be successful with IGEL. So one great example, most of you are aware of this new customer portal that we have. We can walk them through that, show them a demo of it, and help them understand how to use it, because that's something that's new here at IGEL. That's just gone up and running a few weeks ago. Next slide, please. And finally, I'll just do kind of a quick review of the IGEL trade-up program that's been around for a while. But this is just a reminder that it is still around and will be around until the end of the year. It's a migration opportunity for end customers to move to IGEL OS 11 at the lowest cost, and really the easiest way to do so is through this trade-up program. Next slide, please, Lisa. So who's allowed to do it? Hey, any IGEL customer that's still running version 4, version 5, or OS 10, that customer is able to take advantage of this trade-up program. Need to do some checking to make sure the hardware.
I think we may have lost Andy there for a few minutes. Andy, can you hear us? I think we've maybe lost Andy.
We may move on, yes.
Well, that indeed was Andy's last slide anyway, which is just as well. So we lost him just at the right time.
Just on time.
Andy, if you can hear me, thank you very much for that content. There is one question in the chat for you. Does IGEL have a grace period for the renewal? I'll let you answer that in the chat so that we can move straight on. And now I'd like to introduce to you Fabian, Senior Director of Marketing in EMEA, who's going to talk you through a very exciting forthcoming program with IGEL and Citrix together. Fabian, over to you.
Thanks a lot, and good afternoon to all of you. Yeah, as you can see, right here is the main topic, the title, the IGEL and Citrix Perfect Partners Campaign. So what does that mean? Just give me a little moment and to give you a background, some background information. So what I assume is that most of you already know this, that Citrix has a #1 priority at the moment, and this is to move existing customers to the Citrix cloud solutions and services that they offer. Having in mind now the partnership that IGEL has with Citrix for I don't know how many years, but it's a very solid partnership, and this is basically where we jump in as the partner to give further advantages to their customers to make these migration processes even easier for the customer, easier for you as a partner. And so we're seeing here our set of solutions as a perfect add-on to make this migration even easier. You see here, this underlines a bit the background, the reason why we're doing this. Nothing new. The integration of IGEL solutions into any kind of Citrix environment, and this is where we hook up, and this is what we see. And please click to the next slide. This perfect partnership, and this is basically our tagline. We are very close to finalize all of this, so it might have a little tweak here and there, but this is basically our tagline. So we see this as the thing is, what happens when partners come together, when the perfect partnership is created. Very easy, incredible things will happen, and this is where we see this. And if you could click twice right now, as we're running a bit out of time. I hope this works right now directly. Maybe you have to close. Yeah, well, we take this moment. You see right here, it's a little teaser. It gives you an idea of this partnership. We will reflect this partnership in things that you already know. We will refer to partners maybe out of the past, as you can see right here, or examples that are of modern, actually right now, happening to reflect what's the perfect partnership. What does it mean? Create in the mind of the user, the recipient of this program, what's behind the idea itself. this is where we come to the end of this little teaser, so we can switch to the next slide. Here you see one of the examples. This is what the campaign itself will look like. You see right here, we refer to two people, two combos that are very known to create an emotional, let's say, emotional mindset in the moment of consumption. And we will create, and please click to the next slide, a rich set of assets for you as a partner from a landing page where you can download case studies, infographics, web banners, everything that you need that you can use to communicate this program directly to your customers and tell this IGEL story. If you could click to the next slide, please. And basically all these assets, they will serve you to tell the IGEL story. We will definitely follow our main principles of delivering a simple to use solution, which is smart and of course secure. This is like our red line, what we will follow, and everything in combination with Citrix. So, and this will of course be added up. And here we come to my last slide. What's the advantages for you as partners? So what we see here right now is that we see IGEL as a partner to deliver solutions that will speed up things, will bring projects earlier to a positive end, give you access to create revenue faster, reallocate investments due to the small investments that you have to run to go with IGEL solutions, and so on and so forth. And if you ask me about the timing, in the next couple of weeks, you will see more and more assets. We will communicate directly, actively with you, and give you the access to review and to come back to us and see what we can hook up and realize any kind of activity with you together. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much, Fabian. I'm really excited myself about this marketing program, and I can't wait to execute it through all of you, our partners. So on we go to our final speaker of the day. Delighted to introduce to you Simon Clefford, who's our VP of Business Development and Alliances, who's going to run you through some of the latest partnerships that we've struck with those following vendors that you see there. Over to you, Simon.
Thank you very much, Lee. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, good. So, as we've just been covering, delighted to be here. I'm coming to you from the US at the moment, although frankly, I'll be in Europe in a week's time and we'll be there until the end of August. Exciting to meet some of you and to increase our partnership. My goal of coming to Europe is to increase our visibility with the partners of our strategic alliances in particular, but all alliances are obviously critical to our story. When I present, you saw one of the slides, next slide, or next first click, please. You saw some of the highlights from Fabian's slide. And we'd really like to highlight the 4 key protocols that we support: Citrix, Microsoft, VMware, and Amazon. They are the bread and butter, but never forget, we actually support 17 different protocols. And I often tell people that IGEL is exactly the antithesis or the opposite of a zero client, because we offer you every option. And with our security features, you can lock everything down if you want. So giving you all the benefits of a zero client, but all the features of a full functional thin client, offering every one of the protocols. So use that as an angle. Beyond that, of course, we need to be available on as many platforms as we possibly can. So next click, please. And what we'll see is, actually, I'll change the slide slightly. So, and what's a mission critical application for those protocols? We are seeing this increasingly driven by unified communications. That is the #1 question we are being asked from our customers today, is how does IGEL support Zoom, Teams, and WebEx. And we have a matrix of the support that we give. There's a really nice white paper out there about working with unified communications. And if we can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to ask. We're happy to assist in that process. We pride ourselves on being on the latest releases of Teams, Zoom, and WebEx to enable all these protocols to support that mission critical application, because that's the one that's being people are making the decision on. And then last but not least, we've got to make this available on as many platforms as we possibly can, especially in these times, thank you, Victor, on these times of hardship of finding chipsets, leading to issues with devices and fulfilling the channel. Repurposing is our mantra. IGEL can help you repurpose, but if you can't repurpose, then we have all these other platforms supported. Lenovo, LG, and you've just recently heard about the end computing solution. So we're now making IGEL OS available on the Raspberry Pi platform. I'll be honest, today, we only support Citrix and a browser interface on end computing. But the truth of the matter is that's a platform that's maturing. And what we're trying to do is make sure that we offer full functionality before we start expanding all the pieces. Next slide, please. I'd just like to summarize some of the things that we're doing with these strategic alliances to give you an angle or a clear view of where we are and what we're trying to focus on. There is no one of these that we favor. We clearly do a lot of things with Citrix. You've heard the program that Fabian is putting together with the Better Together story with Citrix, and we have a lot of activity with them. More than 200 million in IGEL pipeline is with Citrix at the moment. We are obsessed about this day one support for the Citrix Workspace app so that we can consistently enable our customers to move forward with Citrix. And the optimizations are all there for all the different unified communication capabilities. Next slide, please. I'd like to point out one of the key sources that we think will be very valuable to you, and we're working very closely with Citrix on, is the opening up of the Citrix demo cloud. So we have negotiated and we have worked with Citrix across the planet to enable IGEL and Citrix and any of our partners to demonstrate IGEL and Citrix, and IGEL and Citrix and Imprivata as one example, the functionality that is available. Will be coming out a video very shortly about how we work with Imprivata, which is a useful one for healthcare instances, on working with the IGEL cloud, the Citrix cloud, and delivering the capabilities of IGEL through the demo cloud. So speeding your ability to be able to demonstrate this capability. We also encourage all of our partners to offer demonstration environments in their own cloud, and we've got a sort of a rule book, and we call it FastPass here in the US, that enables you to accelerate that evaluation. You've probably already found that most of our customers decide to move forward with IGEL only after they've done an evaluation. So we've been working hard to figure out ways to accelerate these evaluations with this FastPass capability. And the Citrix Cloud's a good example of it, but also we're enabling you to put it into your own cloud. And then last, but definitely not least, we do see it as mission critical to expand the number of partners that we have available to you. And so we continue to add new hardware vendors. And I'm extraordinarily excited to plan to be announcing in June a major new hardware partner that you all will have heard of. Unfortunately, this information can only be given out under non-disclosure agreement at the moment. But if you'd like to find out more, we'd love to sign an NDA with you and give you all the latest information. But we are moving the program forward with new hardware vendors all the time. Today, we offer IGEL OS tested and validated on 10 different Lenovo platforms, on 8 different LG platforms. We obviously had the end computing for the Raspberry Pi platform. There are many other new platforms coming along. So there are literally hundreds of validated platforms for running IGEL OS on. and we'd encourage you to keep working with us to add more partners to that. The critical part about this, of course, is that we are enabling these partners to validate their own devices rather than IGEL being the bottleneck. And so with these test kits that are readily available through the IGEL Ready program at no charge, I hasten to add, we can work with any of the partners that you might want to include to add the capabilities of hardware that you see being used inside your customers. Last word, repurposed. With the worldwide shortage, we are going to be suffering from a shortage of hardware. IGEL is already suffering the inability to ship all of the hardware that we'd like. So we would encourage you to find ways to persuade your customers to reuse and to repurpose all the hardware. That is one of the great joys of the IGEL OS and one of the great functions that we have. And that's it for me. Thank you for your time today. Looking forward to meeting you all when I arrive in Europe on June the 6th. Back to you, Lee.
Thank you very much indeed, Simon. A lot of information there, a lot of great information. I'm conscious that we are 6 minutes over our allotted time. However, I think the panelists are all available if anybody has any questions they would like to put to the panelists. I'll throw the floor open. Put something in the chat if you'd rather not speak. Have we unmuted people, Patrizia, or do you think the chat is the best way to go here?
I think the chat is the best way to go here.
All right. We've had a couple of questions already, but they've been answered on the fly as we've been going along, which is fantastic. Please don't be shy. You can ask us anything. No? Alrighty. Well, if you do think of a question afterwards, then please feel free to contact your channel manager at any time, or indeed send an email to EMEAchannel@igel.com. EMEAchannel@igel.com. The presentation is being recorded and will be available to all of you after we sign off today. Please feel free to share it with any of your peers or colleagues who are unable to join us. And it only remains for me to say, first of all, thank you to my co-host Patrizia and to all the panelists for their great presentations, but most of all to you, our channel partners, for attending and for continuing to support IGEL's growth and success in the marketplace. And we look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.